Now, something happened to me a little while ago that I think I need to talk about. Okay, checking my email. The first email I see is from a person named Jada. Look over at this picture, and this picture looks like if Beyonce and Adriana Lima had a love child. And she timed it perfectly, all right? It was the very first email at the top of my inbox. Right out the gate, this girl is just showering me with a jubilee of compliments. So I respond. Now, before I can get to the next email, she emails me back like, oh my God, I never thought I'd actually get your attention. Wow. Oh, by the way, I live in Orlando. And I'm like, I am about to marry you. So we start small talk over the next few days. Turns out this girl just moved from London to Orlando to work in photography. British accents and Australian accents are my kryptonite. We actually have a lot in common. The thing we talked about most was gaming. And this girl is a hardcore PlayStation fangirl. Like, I'm gonna chloroform and kidnap you so hard if we ever meet. Now, about a week and a half goes by, and then she messages me like, here's my number, feel free to text me whenever. By the way, this is my UK number. I haven't gotten around to getting an American phone yet. All right, rule number one, I don't give out my number, okay? For all I know, you're some 38-year-old guy named Bob trying to catfish me, and I'm not trying to end up on MTV with Neve. Okay, sWooZie, are you ready to meet your girl? And Neve, I know you're watching. Don't even don't put down the phone, Neve. Put down the phone. But this voice in my head was like, you know what, bro? Sometimes you just gotta live on the edge. The other part of my brain is like, no, not a good idea. You know what? Full throttle, let's go. So then we take it over to texting, and we're texting for about another week and a half. And the other thing, oh, and I forgot to mention this girl's a night owl. I get really social at 4 o'clock in the morning. If I text her at 4:30, she's gonna be up. And one night she's telling me this story, and she's like, you know what, can I just call you and tell you the rest of this story, because it's too much to text. This girl hits me up, and when I hear that accent for the first time, oh, I was just happy that, okay, I'm not getting catfished. One night around 1 o'clock, there's this place in Orlando called Colombian Burger. Really good chicken sandwiches. They don't close until like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I hit her up. I'm like, hey, yo, what are you doing tonight? Nothing. Yo, well, I'm about to head over to Colombian Burger. Is you bout it? No, I can't make it. I got work in the morning. So I hang up, and I'm driving to Colombian Burger, and I'm working this out in my head. I'm like Batman, okay? I'm a detective. I can sense when something's wrong. Sometimes I just get this focus and I have like a fifth sense. I'm like, yo, pretty much every night that we stay up late talking, she has work the next day. So, note to self. So for the next few days, I don't really hit her up. I'm just thinking to myself like, yo, it is kind of weird that she's been over in Orlando for a few months and she still has a London number as her only phone and she doesn't have Skype. So I start getting a little suspicious, and I think she picked up on that. I get a text on WhatsApp, and she's like, hey, I'm free on Friday night. You want to hang out? I'm like, all right, let's meet at Splitsville at 8 o'clock. So when Friday comes along, 5 o'clock, I start getting ready, like 3 hours early. I haven't been this genuinely excited for a date in so long. You know, I'm getting my chloroform ready, and I make sure I look good. I even jump on YouTube for some beauty tips, like I'm watching Michelle and Zoella and Mac Barbie. I even exfoliated. I leave my house, get to downtown Disney, I park, and I get a text from her on WhatsApp, and she goes, hey, I'm gonna be a little late. I'm a girl. I'm doing my hair right now. It's taking a little bit longer than I thought it would. Get to Splitsville, walk up to the register, and I tell the lady, I'm like, oh, can I pay for me and my date right now? A lot of my female friends don't like me paying for their stuff, so I don't want there to be any argument when she gets here. Pay for everything up front, and then the girl goes, wait a second, you look familiar. Are you sWooZie? Yeah. Oh my God, sWooZie! We talk for a few seconds, and then I go sit at the bench next to the entrance. Now, there's another greeter desk where there's some more girls standing that work at Splitsville. And one of them walks over, and they're like, are you sWooZie from YouTube? What are you doing here? I got a date, so I'm here waiting on her. So we chat, she goes back, it's like, see guys, I told you it was sWooZie. So about 30 minutes goes by, Jada hasn't showed up. So I text her like, hey, are you on the way? Everything's cool? No response. And then, guess what happens next? You hear that? You heard that, right? You didn't hear anything. That's what happens next. Nothing. I waited there for hours. So you can imagine how embarrassing it is that whole time with all the employees sitting there whispering to each other, I exfoliated for this? And then that walk up to ask for my money back? It's moments like this that I wish that memory erasing wand from Men in Black was actually real. And okay, everybody just gather around, look right here. Bing! because y'all, this was so embarrassing. So that drive home, I'm just like, oh, I cannot wait to hear this excuse. I exfoliated for this. Around 1 a.m., I get a text. Oh my God, I am so sorry. Oh my God. So I just simply say, is everything okay? This is her response. Erg, my friends are so erg. That's your excuse? Some of my girlfriends came to my house. There was this big fight. And yeah, it was just, I'm so sorry. It's just craziness. Really? Standing people up? That's what's hot in the streets right now? If you knew you had to be somewhere and you knew the dude that you was meeting was waiting for you, like was your friends MMA fighters or something? Like, couldn't even pick up a phone and say, I'm gonna have to cancel, something came up. You don't have Skype. You have a UK phone number. It's all I don't even think you're in Orlando. I'm in Orlando. Okay, you know what? Let's make this real simple. Meet me right now. I can't. As I'm texting her, my phone suddenly starts ringing. I look at the caller ID, and it's Neve. He's like, ha ha, gotcha, sucker. Catfish season 4. So 2 days later, I just happen to pass by a TV in my house, and there's this X-Out commercial playing. And guess who I see on the screen? Jada. But the name on the screen says Tanashi or Tinashe. And this Tinashe girl, she didn't have a British accent. Governor. So I Googled Tinashe, and apparently she's some up-and-coming singer. And this Jada person stole all of her pictures and made a profile out of it. Fake Facebook profiles? Really? That's what's hot in the streets right now? And Jada, if you're watching, I don't ever wish bad on anyone, but I casted a plague on you. So if things haven't been going your way lately, that's why.